Thank you, Jen, for kicking off Mapping the Sawkill. Now, Jen and I would like to welcome our very first speaker tonight, Judy Abbott, with a presentation titled An Indigenous Perspective. This perspective is critical not only because of the violence that displaced the original people of this area, but because Indigenous care of our environment is built on literally thousands of years of wisdom that is specific to this land. We need this perspective now more than ever. Judy Abbott is a Hudson Valley-based painter with Munsee Lenape ancestry from both Ulster and Delaware counties. Her work explores the spiritual and cultural dimensions of landscape, with a particular sensitivity to the histories embedded in the land. Abbott is the recipient of multiple Pollock Krasner Foundation grants and the Bergen College Native American Heritage Award. Through her paintings, she seeks to honor the spirit of place and the layered human and ecological stories that shape it. In 2014, she started Save Native Sites, which you may have seen at places like the Catskill Center, Old Dutch Church in Kingston, Seed Song Farm in Saugerties, and Saugerties Village Beach. These signs in striking red, black, yellow, and white acknowledge and educate the public about the history and culture of the Indigenous people who call this their homeland. Please welcome Judy Abbott.
Quinganau Lomwa, Nin Deshinzi Judy Abbott, Nin Non G.I.E. Mincy Walking, or Lenapoking. I said, greetings, friends. My name is Judy Abbott, and I am from the homeland of the Lenape people. I spoke to you in the language of the indigenous people, the Munsee-speaking Lenape people, who lived here until the early 1700s, when they were forced from their homeland by incoming English and Dutch colonists. I know you will be hearing various presentations about the science and ecology of the creek, but today I thought I would talk about a time before the colonists arrived. Imagine just a few hundred years ago, only 12 or 15 generations back, when humans lived with the land and not off the land. The water was pure and life-sustaining to all who touched it. Fish, shellfish, animals, birds, insects, and all the numerous trees and medicine plants lived in a symbiotic relationship. All of these were given by Kishelimokwang, the great spirit who created all of life. We had a spiritual relationship with all living beings and a responsibility to this relationship. This acknowledgement and giving thanks to the Creator fostered a deep connection to the land and water with which we lived. The first recorded name of the area around the Sawkill, according to official records in 1702, was a Wagonk or Wakonk. While I have heard translations like at or near a mountain or a beautiful valley, my research has led me to a different conclusion. According to noted linguist and author of the Delaware English Dictionary, John O'Mara, the original word would have been wakwang, meaning up or upwards or at. It is likely part of a longer Munsee word or phrase picked up by early settlers to identify a particular piece of land within a certain boundary on a map. The name given by the colonists, the Sawkill, was documented on a map from the 1750s as the Sagkill and later the Sawkill. It referred to its usage as water power to saw logs and later to run grist mills to grind grain. As Alf Evers said in his book, The Catskills, there were two kinds of people who came to the Catskills. There were those who sought the natural beauty of the place, and there were those who saw it as real estate, a commodity to be bought and sold for profit. The relationship to the creek changed from one of mutual benefit to both the creek and humans to one of extraction and profit to only the humans. So today, I urge you to consider the sovereign right of the creek to exist as a living being, along with us humans being in a mutually beneficial relationship. I believe the Sawkill Creek can restore itself and us if we can honor and respect its ecological wisdom and value this gift as a source and not a resource. Anishik.
Thank you so much, Judy, for guiding us tonight with that crucial perspective. We hope to imbue all of this work with the wisdom of the original inhabitants of this land and water. Now, Judy unfortunately has to leave early and will not be joining us in the Q&A, but please go to savenativesites.com to hear more about this project.